Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, Republican leaders in North Carolina reach a deal with Democratic governor to repeal the state's controversial transgender bathroom bill. That bill barred transgender individuals from using public bathrooms consistent with their gender identity. Lawmakers had until today to resolve the bill or risk losing the ability to host NCAA athletic championships for several years. The NCAA was one of many organizations to sanction the state in the aftermath of the enactment of the bill last year. The Senate passed a repeal a short time ago. Now it will go to the House in North Carolina. Here at home, a list of questions about sexual orientation is given to a Manatee County charter school student, and now her mother is asking why. Susanna Condon of East Bradenton says she was shocked when she discovered some paperwork with her 12-year-old daughter. It was a dozen in-depth questions about sexual orientation and how to talk to your parents about coming out. It was given to her by a counselor at Manatee School for the Arts in Palmetto. The school's principal says it's one of the resources recommended through the Florida Department of Education for students who have questions about their sexuality and other issues.
This is something for a parent and child, not for a school to hand out random papers that are, to me, they look like they were made for an older child. Some of the questions are not age appropriate.
When a counselor is confronted with a student who has a question, it's hard for them to just walk away. And he was kind enough to print this out and hand it to her.
Condon says she'll allow her daughter to finish out the school year at the school and then decide what to do after that, if anything. Florida may see more charter schools in the future. The state is considering a $200 million emergency fund that would allow charter schools to set up in areas with failing public schools. The Schools for Success program would use taxpayer money to shift students away from public schools with consistent failing grades. It's a top priority of House Speaker Richard Corcoran. A Sarasota woman accused of threatening a group of Sarasota crew members with a gun, making her first appearance in court. Donna Betts was ordered to pay $180,000 bond and granted supervised release. Betts is the wife of rock legend Dickie Betts. She's charged with 18 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. According to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, rowers with Sarasota crew were getting into the water with their boats at Spanish Point on Monday. That's when Betts walked to her nearby dock and pointed a rifle at 18 rowers and threatened to shoot them if they came on her property. The judge ordered Betts to not have any contact with anyone from the rowing team, and she's also required to wear an ankle monitor and submit to random drug testing. Her trial has been set for May 5th. The topic of gun violence will take center stage during a forum on Monday. Guest speakers will include a parent whose child was killed during the Sandy Hook massacre in 2012. The Florida Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence will also be in attendance. Discussions will also take place about the current 30-plus gun bills in the state legislature. The event will take place at Selby Library on 1st Street in Sarasota. It is free and open to the public. Let's change gears and talk about our beautiful weather on this Thursday here on the Sun Coast. And nice day, but a little warmer, a little humid.
A little more humid.
Yeah.
A little more humid. Yep, absolutely true. Not only at the surface, but aloft as well.
Yeah.
You put on some polarized glasses, you'll be able to see a little high, thin cloudiness out there that might otherwise be tough to see with the naked eye. But it's out there. We're starting to get some impact from that southerly wind flow that we've been building. And yeah, it's just a hint that those cool, crisp days don't last that long at this time of year.
I know.
Although the weekend doesn't look too terribly bad. I think we're going to see some delightful weather over the weekend thanks to a cold front approaching. Take a look at the Van Wezel webcam put into motion. You can kind of make out a little more of a milky appearance to the sky today. Occasionally you'll see a mid-level cloud come by, but it's mostly high-level stuff that we're seeing. We have a storm system well back to our west, producing again today some rough weather for parts of the country. But that storm system will also bring us a slight chance at a shower over the next 24 hours. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Temperatures across the region are going to be pretty similar to what they were yesterday. We hit 81 yesterday, and I think today will be pretty much that. Again, maybe 82. We'll look for temperatures already cracking the 80 mark in inland areas. As we head into the evening, expect to see another quiet night. Don't expect to see much in the way of weather today, but tomorrow, different story. Talk about that in just a few. Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A SWAT team standoff in Port Charlotte ends with a barricaded man taking his own life. Charlotte County Sheriff's deputies were first called to a home on Satsuma Avenue in Port Charlotte about a battery with a firearm incident there. Deputies say Robert Barrett left the home before they arrived. He was later found barricaded inside a home on Desmond Street, armed with a handgun. The SWAT team tried several times to get him out safely from the home. They later found who they believed to be Barrett dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators are now awaiting a positive identification. The Northport City Commission is switching gears on its plans for a pool at the Butler Park Aquatic Center. The board voting to consider a 25-yard pool for high school and college swim meets. This comes after a previously discussed 50-meter competition swimming pool was originally envisioned in January. Commissioners realized that the larger pool would not work as an economic driver, so the proposed facility will include a lazy river, water slides, children's pool, and concession stand. The facility is estimated to cost between $10 to $12 million. Sarasota County Commissioners dedicating more money to fund the northern extension of the Legacy Trail. Commissioners have committed nearly $9 million to extend the trail. The extension would run from Culver House Nature Park just south of Clark Road to Payne Park in downtown Sarasota. The completed project is expected to cost between $56 and $60 million. Time now to head over to our kitchen today. Paulette Callender joins us today from the Spice and Tea Exchange in Sarasota on St. Armand Circle. Paulette, great to have you back in our kitchen. What's on your menu for today?
We are going to bring in some nice spring flavors with lavender. We're going to do a lavender spiced ravioli and a lavender infused iced tea.
Sounds delicious. We'll see you in a little bit, Paulette. Thank you.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Fun for the whole family. The 25th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County. Fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment. With headliners, the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Kim Betts, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4. Children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So around the entire state, temperatures are pretty much solidly in the 80s. It's going to be a warm day again, but above average day. Above average is just the new average. I should just stop saying above average and say it's an average day, which is above average, right? 83 degrees in Jacksonville, 82 in Daytona, 83 in Orlando, Melbourne at 84 degrees already, 83 degrees Fort Myers, Naples at 84, Tampa at 81, and here locally, most places inland have already cracked the 80 mark. Looking at 81 in Wauchula, 83 in Arcadia, 82 in Mayaca, 82 in Northport. 79 degrees in Venice, Sarasota, and 81 in Bradenton. A little cooler, of course, because of that onshore flow of air that has already started to develop a little bit. 79 degrees, the air temperature, south-southwest wind coming in at 15. It's a breezy afternoon. It will be breezy throughout the remainder of the afternoon into the evening hours, and the reason for that is an approaching system kind of tightening up that pressure gradient just a little bit. A mix of sun and some fair weather clouds. I'm not really seeing anything out there that's going to cause any issues. Again, your red tide status update from Mote Marine Laboratories going out here and sampling all the various beaches, looking for those toxins in the air. I'm going to be doing this every day for you until we no longer find any red tide in the waters. But remember, this is showing red tide that's actually created some irritants in the air and causes some respiratory distress. None seen. All offshore winds again switching onshore in the afternoon. None at any area beaches. Great news there. We are looking across the nation right now at this kind of trail of clouds wrapping up into this comma-shaped feature in the center part of the country. That's our next weather feature. It's a low pressure area that's going to again today provide some rough weather for parts of the northern Gulf Coast, Louisiana Delta region, and then on up into the Tennessee River Valley. There is the potential again for more tornadoes, large hail, gusty winds, and pretty torrential downpours of rain as well. We had some flooding issues in around New Orleans earlier on today with some heavier rain showers early this morning. All of this is actually, without the threat of severe weather, would be a very needed ingredient in the weather over the deep south where extreme drought is being felt in some locations. So good to see this. Hopefully it won't have any severe weather impact. We are seeing quiet conditions currently, but we do get some of the kind of blow off cloud cover from those storms back west, and we'll see that today. Probably see those clouds thicken a little bit tomorrow as well as that front approaches. Right now, state of Florida looks pretty quiet on radar. Seeing a few showers back to the west around Louisiana Delta. Those will be moving into the panhandle of the state during the overnight. But as I mentioned, those big, strong storms wrapping up around that area of low pressure in the heartland right now. They'll be moving into areas around the Ohio Valley, stretching down into the Tennessee Valley as we head into the next 24. This area of low pressure, basically the energy reflected from strong winds aloft heading off to the north and to the east, which means that we get the tail end of this front kind of dragging through here tomorrow. It'll be limping through here, basically. No severe weather threat with this system in our weather, but it will kind of cloud us up a little bit and maybe bring us a chance of rain, 20-30% perhaps in inland areas, perhaps 30 to 40% along the coastline. Not a great rain chance, but the best we're going to do. Total rainfall amounts are not going to be all that great with this system. We're looking right now at some of the precipitation forecasts coming in at about 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/4 of an inch. Be lucky to see a thunderstorm around. A thunderstorm would bring us a little more rain. Hopefully some places see that. Severe weather threat, maybe North Florida, but not for us, I don't think. Sunny skies, no rain today, breezy winds, but the weekend looks like it'll be nice as that whole system exits the area, bringing us a little lower humidity just in time for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, looks like, Scott.
We'll enjoy that. Thank you, John. In health news, there's a hot new fitness trend on the market that involves you hanging from the ceiling like a trapeze artist. Tamika Jones has the story.
This is aerial fitness. You may or may not have heard about it, but it's one of the hot new fitness trends, and I'm a daredevil today, and I'm gonna take a stab at it. So let's do it.
A quick warm-up includes a few rounds of jumping jacks and high knees to get the blood flowing. Then we're ready for the silks.
Aerial fitness is actually a combination of a lot of hot fitness trends at the moment all blended into one class. So we do some elements of HIIT, some elements of ballet, bar, and then of course aerial work as well to strengthen and lengthen your core.
For some, the workout has other benefits.
Things like motor skills, I know that sounds kind of strange, but hand-eye coordination, confidence, dexterity in my hands, that's something as you get older that you start to lose, and that has helped a lot with gripping the silks and just continuing to work those muscles that we don't get to exercise as regularly.
Safety has to be a top priority, especially when it comes to difficult routines.
Aerial fitness definitely has a component of women and women empowerment and strength, and you don't see that a lot of other different studios, so I think it's definitely like a sisterhood we have here.
Good job.
That was Tamika Jones reporting. For the 31st year, Mote Marine Lab will host its annual Run for the Turtles this weekend at Siesta Beach. It benefits Mote's Sea Turtle Conservation and Research Program. And here to tell us more is Haley Rutger from Mote Marine. Haley, great to see you again. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thank you. We're really excited to be having our 31st Run for the Turtles. We're so excited to get on the beach Saturday.
Well, it is a popular run. I know you get thousands out there every year. It's become a tradition here on the Suncoast, and you can't beat the scenery either at Siesta Beach. Tell us more about the run, its history, and what people can expect on Saturday.
Right, so this run has been wonderfully successful in helping us raise funds and awareness for sea turtles that nest on our local beaches, including Siesta Key, right where the run takes place. And it helps us do our annual job of protecting and monitoring the sea turtle nesting beaches from Longboat Key all the way south through Venice, which is about 35 miles. And our scientists and volunteers will be walking those beaches every single day of the nesting season, May 1st through October 31st. And we're actually getting a little jump start starting in April because we sometimes have an early nest or two.
Yeah, especially with warm water out there in the Gulf. Now this benefits, as you mentioned, the Sea Turtle Conservation and Research Program. We've had some very successful nesting seasons in recent years. So how do you think the sea turtle population is doing? How are we doing caring for them?
So our little corner of the sea turtle populations are threatened and endangered species, so it's important that we want them to do well. And in recent years, we've had a couple of very good years, so we're excited about that. Last year, we had about 4,588 sea turtle nests on our local beaches from Longboat through Venice, and that was a record for our 35 years of monitoring then. So we were very excited, very impressed.
And nesting season, as you mentioned, starts soon. We'll be seeing those turtles on our beaches. What kind of threats do they continue to face on land, and what can we all do to help?
Right. We can all try to keep the beach as close to natural as possible. We want to keep it dark at night, so we want to shield our lights or use low to the ground lighting. And certain kinds of light are better, so you can learn about that from our State Wildlife Agency, FWC. And you want to not disturb any nesting turtles, let them do their thing, and you also want to pull your beach furniture back to the dune line, or ideally totally remove it from the beach at night, because that's when those sea turtles are coming out to nest, or later in the year that's when the hatchlings will be emerging, and we don't want to present any obstacles, so we also want to fill in holes and things like that. Keep the beach natural so they have an easy time finding their way from the beach to the water.
Absolutely. We should mention that you're wearing the t-shirt that runners will get, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, our new shirt here is very awesome, and just one of the cool things, cool benefits of coming out. But really, I mean, the fun is that you're having a good time and you're helping sea turtles, you're getting in shape, so we think of it as a triple win, and we hope you can come out and you can still register starting at 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, run day, and then the first race starts at 7:30 and the 5K is at 8.
Yeah, and there we have all the information here. It is this Saturday. That one mile run starts at 7:30, the 5K at 8. There is both races, and you can go online to learn more about the run. But to sign up, you want to show up on Saturday morning to do that right at the beach, right? If you
yes,
haven't
you
done
most
it yet.
certainly can. Now our online registration's all done now, so please feel free to come out to the run.
Awesome. Haley, thank you so much for being here. We wish you the best of success on Saturday.
Oh, thank you. We hope to see lots of you guys out there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back with more. Stay with us.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My yard, it's overgrown, it's out of control, it's a huge problem.
I showed Randy our entire line of outdoor power equipment. We have everything he needs.
Ace is the place that lets you clear land like a modern-day pioneer. Yeah!
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds.
so he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
A new statue is up in Atlanta in honor of Hank Aaron. The Braves unveiling the bronze structure on Wednesday in a ceremony at SunTrust Park. The statue is the crown jewel monument, a garden at Atlanta's new ballpark, which is opening this season. And it opens with an exhibition game against the Yankees on Friday. It stands more than 9 feet tall, and Wednesday's ceremony helped raise money for Aaron's Chasing the Dream Foundation, which awards college scholarships to students all over the world. Today is your last chance to see the Orioles this spring training. Baltimore hosting the Tigers in today's final game at Ed Smith Stadium. And the Rays are home as well today. Tampa Bay to take on the Twins. Both games get underway at 1:05 p.m. Staff from the Tampa Bay Lightning on the Suncoast right now, teaching hockey skills and more to some Sarasota County students. ABC 7's Ray Collins is here with the story. Ray?
Scott, this is a way for the team to introduce more students to hockey in the Suncoast and in the Bay Area. At this hour, the staff, including a former player, are teaching middle school age kids at Oak Park School on Proctor Road. Oak Park is for students with special needs from pre-K all the way to age 22. Jason Cullimore played for the team for 7 years, including during the championship year back in 2004. This outreach program is called Build the Thunder with the Lightning. He says all of the 200 schools he's gone to in the past year and a half, he says this one had the most enthusiasm anywhere.
The reaction, like I said, when someone scored, it didn't matter which team, they were excited. Some of the celebrations that we saw there when they were scoring was the best we've seen. So it's the smiles on their face, and they really enjoy it, and just the energy level is very high.
And all the kids get sticks and pucks. The team will teach 4 one-hour sessions. The next one's at 1 o'clock and 2:15 Sundita. A fun day for the kids and a fun day for the staff from the Lightning today.
Oh, I would bet. And it's such an easy game to play in the gym. You just get a stick and a ball.
Yeah, and they all get to take home a stick and a ball afterwards.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Grow some new fans.
That's right. Good. Lightning have plenty of them, that's for
true.
sure. Thank you, Ray. Let's get back to the kitchen now. John is there with our guest today, Paulette from Spice and Tea Exchange on St. Armand Circle. Guys?
Thanks very much, Scott. Yes, indeed. It's a lavender day here
Lavender,
in the kitchen,
yes.
isn't it? This is for me?
This is for you.
Thank you. What do we got here?
This is our white tropical tea that we made iced, and I also infused some lavender with it.
Oh.
So it's very refreshing. It's nice for springtime.
It smells wonderful.
Yes.
You know, folks don't use enough lavender, I don't think, in this country. It's very popular, of course, in French cooking, but, you know, it's sort of underutilized. I had a dish the other day at a restaurant. It's fantastic. I said, there's a secret ingredient in there. I wonder what it is. Turned out to be lavender.
And it was lavender.
It was
nice.
lavender, yep.
Nice. So this is the tea. Again, white tropical.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. That's
a little
refreshing.
bit of caffeine, but not too much caffeine like your heavier black teas would give you.
It's nice.
But
really
yes, refreshing. And you can also, like, we could put some lemon sugar or lime sugar if you wanted to do a little rimmer on your glass or something. Sure. So, and then we're going to do a lavender and tandoori spiced ravioli.
Oh.
Okay, so I've put some butter, extra virgin olive oil. Okay, just about 2 tablespoons. And then we've put in a little bit of vegetable broth. Okay. So you can make your ravioli if you want to make homemade ravioli, or you can buy store-bought.
Yes, that makes pretty good store-bought.
Right.
They have some nice fresh in the refrigerated section.
Yeah, and it makes it easy, but just using some of these spices really will make it a little bit more creative and interesting than just plain ravioli. So we have the pan to like a medium-high heat, and we're just going to, we've already boiled the ravioli, okay? So we're just boiled it for about 3 minutes, and now we're gonna go ahead and add it into the pan.
So when you fry it like this, do you cook the ravioli all the way to where you would normally cook a ravioli if you were eating it?
I do.
Straight out of the water?
I do, yes. Yeah, because you're really just infusing the flavors here.
Okay.
So we're gonna put some of this in here, and then if you would, take some of the lavender.
Okay.
And we'll do about 2 tablespoons. And you're just going to sprinkle that on top of the ravioli.
I don't have my glasses here, so this could be a bit of a challenge
Here we
opening
go.
this.
We've got it.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Sure.
How much in here?
About 2 tablespoons, and you're just going to sprinkle it on top. And then I'm going to take. See how pretty that is too, and it's fragrant. It's light. And then I'm going to take the tandoori.
It smells so good.
And I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons as well of the tandoori. So it's a very interesting with the Mediterranean infused spice with the lavender. So we're just going to let that saute. Yeah. Yeah, and we're just going to mix it around, let it saute a little bit. I think I will add a little bit more of the tandoori. And of course, we make all of these blends at the store, so they're fresh as fresh could be.
If you've ever been in the store, it's really an amazing place. A fresh spice and herb store is an amazing thing to walk into because the smells are just like you'll never get anywhere else. Are fantastic.
They are, and they're fresh, and everything's in apothecary-style jars, so you can open everything and smell them, and you can try them really before you make a commitment to buy them.
And you've got some great blends.
So yeah, so this is our lavender-infused ravioli.
Can't wait to try that. That looks absolutely great. And you also have some other sachets and packets of various flavors there. What else?
Well, and again, you can use regular margarine or butter if you wanted to, but we used a butter extra virgin olive oil. So it just gives it a little bit more of a creamier, smoother taste.
Your olive oils are great too. I've tried them.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Really tasty.
And all the different infused olive oils that we have. And of course the tandoori. We do have the Vicks garlic, but I don't think that it really, we would mix it with the lavender,
I like the lavender. Lavender is fantastic. This tea blend is great. Highly recommend that. Tell folks again where your location is in case they don't know.
We're at 345 St. Armand Circle, and we just celebrated our 8th year anniversary.
And you're also welcome to go to our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page. It'll take you right there with directions on how to make this dish. Looking for a spoon. As soon as I find one, I'm going to dive into this. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And what a delightful tea. And this dish looks absolutely fantastic. Smells great too.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
I'm Alan Cohn. How loud is too loud? Bradenton's live music scene clashes with residents seeking peace and quiet. We'll have the latest on the noise ordinance.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313, go to consumercellular.com, or visit a Target or Sears store today.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. After tornadoes tore through Texas earlier this week, severe storms now headed east. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Nashville, Tennessee, where they're bracing for storms.
As the sun rises in Memphis, we get a closer look at what storms left behind overnight. Trees down on homes. Electrical workers cutting tree branches, trying to clean up the debris. Across the Mid-South, residents are bracing for the storm that's already made its way across Texas and Missouri. The National Weather Service confirming at least 2 tornadoes touched down Wednesday in Texas, but more than a dozen reported.
Sounded like a big gush.
In Houston, this neighbor went to help a friend who literally lost half of his home.
The living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. Yes, those are the main ones.
This man is recovering at the hospital after being struck by lightning as he worked his construction job. Students at the University of Houston hunkering down inside their student center.
Look at that, fell on top of the truck.
The strong gusts knocking down trees, whipping these cars and ripping the roof off of this apartment building.
All of a sudden, the window just broke, and luckily I was able to take cover before anything hit me.
But tragedy struck in Fort Worth, Texas. At least 2 children died after being electrocuted by downed power lines. Residents are now trying to salvage what they can from their damaged homes as strong storms, tornadoes, wind, and hail move east. Here in Nashville, multiple school districts and businesses are closed today. Many people getting ready for what could be a dangerous night. In Nashville, Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
It's unfortunate there is that severe, part of this system because, as you mentioned earlier, there's so many areas in the southeast that have been dealing with drought for quite a while now.
Yeah, and they're going to get a couple of systems moved through there that'll give an opportunity to help alleviate that somewhat. Yeah. But yeah, you don't want the severe weather. And already right now we have some severe thunderstorm warnings up for parts of Alabama and Louisiana. So the threat exists, like they said, again today for parts of the Tennessee Valley. Let's hope that they don't get it.
Yeah.
The good news is that as that system approaches us, or at least that system in a highly modified form approaches us tomorrow, we have no threat of severe weather around our area currently. Our Mayaga webcam put into motion shows just blue sky out there and then a few fair weather clouds. You will notice the flag kind of waving in the breeze there. Breezes are up a little bit. It's going to be a breezy afternoon and evening as well as that system approaches. Tomorrow, breezier still, approaching even, I would say, small craft advisory criteria. We're looking at temperatures inland that have already cracked the 80 mark and along the coastline, soon to crack the 80 mark in many locations. We have a daytime high temperature. I'd probably put it about where we were yesterday, maybe a degree warmer, coming in around 82 or so. With a mix of sun and fair weather clouds today, it's a beautiful day outside. Tomorrow, we could use some rainfall around here. I believe I've shown you in the past few days some of the fire indices and how they continue to rise. And hopefully we'll get a little bit of rain that'll kind of tampen that down just a little bit for a time anyway. That'll be tomorrow. We'll talk about those rain chances in a second, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A Miami mother is facing armed robbery, child abuse, and battery charges after police say she attacked one of her daughter's classmates not once, but twice. Police say 30-year-old Ernslada LaFrance punched the teenage girl in the face repeatedly while pulling her hair in the school parking lot. The confrontation began when LaFrance heard rumors the teen had harmed her daughter at the county fair. After beating her, she took the 17-year-old's cell phone and then drove away. But the violence didn't end there. The teen showed up at the woman's home to get her phone when she claimed she was attacked a second time. LaFrance is accused of breaking the teen's finger and destroying her car with an axe. Officers say LaFrance later posted a video of the fight on Facebook, warning those messing with her daughter to be aware. A church trip for 12 senior citizens ends tragically when their bus collides with a pickup truck. Federal transportation officials are investigating the crash now. The head-on collision yesterday killed 13 people in all in Texas. 11 people were pronounced dead at the scene of the crash. The group was on the bus was returning from a 3-day retreat.
Our church families doing what church families do. They're coming together, they're crying together, they're praying together. There's just a lot of unknown. Yeah, a lot of unknown.
The lone survivor on the bus remains hospitalized in critical condition. The driver of that pickup truck is in stable condition. A new report shows an 11% increase in pedestrian deaths nationwide in just 1 year. According to a report from the Governor's Highway Safety Association, nearly 6,000 pedestrians died last year in vehicle accidents. That's the highest in more than 20 years. Among the reasons for the spike in deaths, more people are driving, more are walking, and drivers are increasingly distracted by their smartphones. A motorcycle rider loses control of his bike and goes over a cliff in California. His friend then rushed down to save him, and he managed to capture the whole thing on his GoPro camera. ABC's Nick Watt has the story.
Keep your eye on that guy.
Oh!
Again, slow-mo. Again, watch how close that SUV came to hitting him.
Oh!
The guy with the helmet cam and the potty mouth who filmed it all, name's David. We're back on the scene, reliving the moment his buddy Willie rode off a cliff.
Willie!
He maybe went up like 6 or 7 feet in the air. I thought he was dead. I don't know what's down there.
I'm coming down, Willie!
And then after that, he went silent?
Yes.
Hey, call 911.
The target 4, vehicle over the side, ambulance crest highway.
Maybe a 50-foot drop, but Willie's alive and awake.
Do you feel anything broken?
I don't know.
Just don't move, okay? What do you remember? What happened?
My back tire like slipped. Ooh, my left arm hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's probably broken, dude. I saw you flip twice. Did you feel that, or you don't remember?
I don't remember.
The fire department arrives clifftop.
Don't move.
Okay.
They're gonna throw a bunch of ropes down, and they're gonna get you guys out by rope. What's your name? Willie. Willie. Yes, sir. Man, you are a lucky man, Willie.
Oh, yeah, man.
Willie, the miracle of the Angeles Crest Highway. Just a fractured shoulder. That's it. He's already home. Soon, he says, he'll be back on his bike. Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is calling Turkey a key ally in the effort to defeat ISIS. He said ISIS must be defeated no matter where they are in the world. He met with Turkey's president Thursday on how to best wage that war.
Let there be no mistake, just so we can be clear. There is no space between Turkey and the United States and our commitment to defeat Daesh, to defeat ISIS, not just in Syria and Iraq, but as members of the greater coalition to defeat Daesh. Anywhere Daesh shows its face on planet Earth, they will be confronted by the coalition to defeat them on the battlefield, as well as in the cyberspace and in the social media space.
Tillerson says the conversations in Turkey have also focused on building stability in that region and bolstering economic ties. Also overseas, the latest developments in Great Britain's exit from the European Union. The head of the union says President Trump should stop applauding Brexit or else he will hit back. European Commission president speaking to a Christian Democrat group saying if the president goes on like that, he's going to promote the independence of Ohio and Austin, Texas. Although the United Kingdom is leaving the European Union, they say they are not leaving Europe. In consumer news, Samsung unveiling its newest phones today. The Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus are a bit bigger than the previous models with curved screens that flow into the sides. It's also the first phone to feature Samsung's new AI assistant named Bixby, which is a little different from Apple's Siri or Amazon's Alexa. More cool features include facial recognition to unlock the phone, the ability to submerge it in up to 5 feet of water for 30 minutes, and an iris scanner. Samsung has a lot to prove with the S8 after exploding phones prompted the global recall of the Galaxy Note 7S. A private space company is giving a first look inside the capsule it will be used to take tourists into space. The Blue Origin is working on a capsule that will take paying customers about 60 miles up into orbit. The 530 square foot capsule is pretty cozy with 6 seats arranged in a circle around a glowing blue console and 42-inch tall windows. It will attach to Blue Origin's new Shepard rocket. The company is spearheaded by Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. He hasn't revealed how much it will cost to book a flight, but it is possible the company could take its first group of tourists to space within about a year or so. Happening today, one woman is hoping to set a record 250 miles above the Earth. Peggy Whitson is the world's oldest and most experienced female astronaut, and today she'll be taking the 8th spacewalk of her career. That will be the most spacewalks ever performed by a woman. Whitson will be outside the station with Shane Kimbrough. They'll be finishing prep work for a new docking port on the space station. The 57-year-old is also breaking another record. By midday today, she will have surpassed the current record for women of 50 hours and 40 minutes of total accumulated spacewalking time. She has been in orbit now since November. Pretty cool. We'll be right back with more. Stay with us.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
A unique celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota. La Musica, the annual International Festival of Chamber Music, with renowned musicians from 4 continents. April 3rd through April 12th at the Sarasota Opera House and at Sainer Pavilion. Buy your tickets now.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
So we're looking at temperatures across the state that are in the 80s. It's a warm afternoon, and certainly locally it's a warm afternoon inland. Temperatures there, I think, again, will be in the mid, maybe even upper 80s today, as the sea breeze front is not going to push all that far inland. We have 79 degrees in Venice, 80 in Bradenton, 79 in Sarasota. Probably make it again to the sea breeze front, the leading edge of that cooler Gulf water cooled air. Will probably make it as far inland as about the interstate or a little further, but that's about it. Currently we're at 79 degrees with a dew point that has risen up into the mid 60s. As we mentioned earlier in the week when we had those lovely 50s for dew points, even low 50s even, we're going to start feeling a little muggier. I think particularly tomorrow you're going to notice it just before that front moves through. But then, you know, we'll be able to slice down those dew points a little bit for the weekend. So it looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. South-southwest wind breezy now at about 15. There's our strong storm system producing severe weather right now for parts of Louisiana and Alabama as it gradually drifts toward the east, tapping into that Gulf water moisture. We also have a threat that is located in Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama for the afternoon. The potential there exists for, as I mentioned, tornadoes, large hail, gusty winds, flash flooding as well. Could be some fairly heavy rainfall there. We don't have a lot going on here in terms of any significant cloud cover, but you will notice the skies are have a little more of a milky appearance. There's some high cloudiness that's blowing off from those storms that are located back to the west. We're not going to see any of that around today, but as that front approaches, we will see a little bit of those rain showers approach us. Right now, as I mentioned, some pretty strong storms moving through Louisiana and Alabama. So nothing tornadic right now, but certainly winds in excess of 60 miles an hour with some of those storms. And the potential exists for some stronger storms, too, in the heartland today as well. This low-pressure area moves off to the north and to the east. The cold front carves its way through the deep south today, tapping into that moisture. By the way, that's only one of a couple of systems that will be moving through parts of the deep south with time that could help alleviate some of the drought risk, as we mentioned. That frontal boundary, just the tail end of it, kind of loses a lot of its punch and becomes a lot more horizontal, if you will, oriented as it gets closer to us. And we'll get this kind of broken line of scattered showers that'll be approaching the Sun Coast tomorrow. You know, will we get any rainfall? Yeah, we'll probably get some places that'll see a few showers around. I don't think we'll see any severe weather in the state of Florida, but if we do, it'll be in the northern part of the state. Most of the rain that falls tomorrow is probably going to fall from Tampa Bay northward. So we've got fingers crossed around here for a few showers that'll produce some significant rainfall. Sunny skies today, mild afternoon highs, no rain, breezy winds, and a nice weekend. Severe weather threat exists tomorrow for parts of the mid-Atlantic coast, but for us it's mainly thunderstorm risk and mainly from Tampa Bay northward. So taking a look at the future rainfall forecast, we get that sea breeze front maybe producing a few storms well inland out of our viewing area today. Light showers maybe. And then we'll watch that frontal boundary approaching in kind of a broken form as we head into tomorrow. And we'll keep our fingers crossed for a little bit of light rainfall. As I mentioned, drought indexes are increasing, but even so, we're looking at the amount of rain falling tomorrow, and it's probably, if we get any, between 1/10 and maybe 1/4 of an inch if we get a thunderstorm. Breezy tomorrow, though, and everything clears out. Sun comes back. Humidity is lowered just in time for the weekend. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Well, we get a lot of retirees on the Sun Coast, you may have noticed. And after successful careers, they arrive here looking to live out their dreams. And some of those dreams take place right on the stage. And the Silver Foxes. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more in the spotlight.
The Silver Foxes, made up of performers ages 55 and up, are rehearsing right now for their big 25th anniversary show at the Venice Theater this weekend. Most of the Silver Foxes are retirees. They come from a wide variety of successful careers.
We have military vets, we have some doctors, we have a few attorneys, we have housewives, we have some house husbands, we have a former ringmaster, and UPS people. They
rehearse 3 times a week, year-round, take their shows out to the community, and once a year perform at the Venice Theater. There's singing and dancing and comedy, says actress Carol Depkin.
We do a series of jogging things, jogging routines, little jokes and things, and also there are 5 of us women who are doing the Dixie Swim Club.
Carol won't say how old she is, but she does admit to being over 80. All her life, she harbored a secret desire to act, but never got the opportunity.
I was the mother of 5 children, and I worked, so I didn't have much time for a lot of other things.
But since she's retired and joined the Silver Foxes, she's kicking up her heels. The same thing is true for Maria Sanchagata. She's always wanted a dance career, but life interfered.
Performed at Players and Venice Theater in shows, danced in high school, and, you know, just loved it all and did whatever I could. with the working career too.
And now, up on that stage, it's everything she dreamed it would be.
It's real high, you get chills. I mean, you're up there and the audience loves what you're doing. It really is a high, and it's a great opportunity to be doing this at our age.
She says it's a joyful new beginning for her, as it is for many of the Silver Foxes, and they love surprising audiences with what senior citizens can do.
And they think once you go over that hill, you're on your way sliding out, and that's it. But we're kicking and clawing and having a good time all the way out.
They just want to make you have as much fun as they're having. The Silver Foxes present Seasons of Love at the Venice Theater Thursday through Sunday with 2 shows on Saturday. Happy 25th anniversary, guys. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thanks, Linda. The Disney film Frozen is beloved by millions across the globe, but the ending could have been something very different if the producer had gone with the original plans. We'll have those details when we come back.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Welcome to the White Buffalo Saloon, where you can dine, drink, and dance the night away. Now introducing a new menu and daily happy hours. Oh, and we also cater and deliver. The White Buffalo Saloon, Sarasota's hottest country dance venue.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
The Film Academy wants to make sure the wrong winner blooper that happened at the Oscars this year doesn't happen again, but they are deciding to keep PricewaterhouseCoopers, the accounting firm that took responsibility for the Best Picture mix-up. But now 3 accountants who know the winners will be on hand, 2 backstage and 1 with direct access at all times to the director of the show. Also, electronic devices are banned backstage. The accountant at the center of the fiasco was thought to be posting pictures of winners on social media right before the mix-up. Disney's Frozen ended on a heartwarming note, but that wasn't always the plan. The producer for the blockbuster animated movie says they intended for Elsa to be an evil villain and not the self-proclaimed Snow Queen. Also in the original drafts, Anna and Elsa were not related, and Elsa still uses her powers to save the kingdom. But since she was evil, there was no emotional connection to that, so the producers had to change it. A sequel is in the works. Somebody Better Call Saul, a chicken restaurant that appears on AMC's Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul shows, popped up in Los Angeles recently. The La Pollos Hermanos is featured on both of the hit TV shows. People lined up around the block to try the restaurant. The promotion comes ahead of the third season of Better Call Saul, which premieres April 10th. Singer John Legend thrilled fans with an impromptu performance at a London train station yesterday. Fans crowded around to get a glimpse of the singer as he crooned his hit All of Me and Others. The surprise show happened after Legend sat down at one of the public pianos in the station after stepping off a train. He actually hinted about the performance on Twitter just minutes before his arrival, asking if there were still pianos at the train station. And fortunately there are. You get to see that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad he gathered a crowd. Remember when in New York City subway, Joshua Bell got up and performed the violin, you know, world-class violinist? Yeah. Nobody paid any attention. Just walked on by.
Like any other performer they might see there. Yeah. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you at 5.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
How long have we been married, there? For 76 years. He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.